I honestly have no idea what he's doing. There's rumor he's got a new lawyer. He's talking about his divorce lawyer this week. Have you heard that?
Yeah, Kolb is back on the case. Kolb is the guy who defended him when he got when Ashley got the HRO against him. The one he famously then violated and now still has a suspended sentence over
lawyer for that hearing.
Yes.
Oh wow! So this guy does handle HROs.
He's handled an HRO before for him.
Okay, but now he's going to be on the other side of one.
Right.
Scared yet, pal?
But him and Ashley have joined forces this time rather than being against each other.
Wow. She might be a hostile witness. We don't know. Looking forward to that.
I wonder if there's any footage of him saying that she lied in that HRO petition about 2 months ago.
Nah, that's horse shit.
Wonder if there's any footage of him within the past 2 months saying his wife lied to get that HRO against him. Huh.
Do you think they'll lock arms outside the courthouse in a show of solidarity?
She'll be a sweet witness, I think. But our the Dabble versus resident lawyer is on the case. You guys remember this guy, Sean, potentially criminal? I know you went over
potentially furniture, which was I don't know. That just
the human beanbag chair.
Well, he's analyzed the whole situation, and then of course Tuesday, the request for continuance did come in, and Sean's broken it all down again. Now I know last week you guys were hard on him.
The problem with Sean is all the legalese he speaks. I get lost with his analysis. It's too good.
It's in
the with him saying his suffers, his felted, his W's and L's, all those legal jargon terms.
Yeah. He yelled suffer Melton at one point, and I was like, Jesus. All right. He stings.
He backtracked. We covered him last week, and I think we were all pretty reasonable in our, I guess, takedown of him, which is like he should have something to say that's not just hurling insults everywhere. Like, you're a lawyer, you've got that background. Tell us what this all means with like details. And he just
if I want to hear idiots break it down, I'll watch Pretty Antisocial.
Well, maybe this is just because he's a lawyer. Like, he brought up some charges I wasn't aware I was facing, including not looking good and seeming creepy.
And those are going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I might have to hire a separate attorney who's familiar with those areas of law.
But he ended up backtracking and just doing a show where basically he was saying the opposite. Yeah,
that night, like right after this little Piggy goes live, like, let me clear some things up. I think this is nothing, and this is going to be dismissed. It's like you haven't said that ever. You were like, God, this doesn't look good for Melton.
And his point of view is, look, I've said that Aaron is going to fail. What more do you want from me? I don't know, man. A legal analysis from a lawyer, maybe? Like, that's maybe what we want.
Or even just objectivity. You know what I mean? Like, okay. None of us are lawyers. A lot of the people we watch on this who have had clarity on the whole thing aren't lawyers or paralegals. It's just a matter of like reading a document. These documents are formatted in lawyer speak, but they're not they're not impossible to comprehend and understand, right? Like,
we've all read contracts, like we understand it.
They're plain English.
Yeah,
you might have a question or two in a long contract, but you're not going like, I don't get it, I don't even know where to start. It's like it's laid out pretty detailed and in order. Like, it's not hard to follow. There's a matter of fact, it's like an elementary school worksheet. There's check boxes. Yes or no? Does he like me? Like, this is what it feels like. They're made for retards to fill out. These are made for uneducated housewives who are getting walloped on the regular, right?
Yes, like that.
Why'd you laugh after that?
That is actually one of the things that I wanted to talk about this week, is that Aaron is using a process that is made for abused women, and the like allowances that the court is giving him is the same allowance. Like, this is a system that, say, like, someone is a drug-addled person who's getting abused by a former partner or something like that, who can't get their shit together to explain why they feel threatened. The court will give them a lot of leniencies and a lot of space in order to keep protecting them. Aaron's using that same space and that same grace in order to just prolong suffering on his internet enemies, which, I mean, is funny when you think about it at the beginning, but then thinking about like how people will end up criticizing the system based on how frivolous all of this is. It's the exact sort of thing that ends up getting this sort of system taken down. So they'll be like, look, this guy abused it and he was able to take these people's First Amendment rights. There's no use for this sort of thing. It's not even protecting women the way that it should. And then people end up getting hurt at the end of it.
So enter into case law, Moody? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
this will be cited on future HROs.
Rabbit hole of the week with Moody.
It's less case law, more like political pressure. I mean, this sort of thing can blow up on like a social media or something. Someone could, a local candidate can run on this. I don't know. Yeah.
Are you? Because that felt like a goddamn filibuster. All right, let's go.
And with your vote in November.
All right, here's potentially criminal Sean with his take on this week's occurrences.
There are some updates in the HRO saga of Nicholas Robert Ricada and I think Aaron Michael Imholte, also known as Aaron Michael Imholte, also known as the Steel Toe Morning Show.
The fact that he initially didn't focus on mine and only focuses on Nick is an insight into like what this is about for him. We were talking a little bit before the show about what a Kiwi Farms bro this guy is. Mm-hmm. But like in his mind, he's just anti-Nick Ricada. Mm-hmm. I'm but a sideshow occurring around Aaron, but like there were updates in both of our HROs, not just Nick's, but that's what's on this guy's mind. Like, how could this be bad for Nick? Like right out of the gate.
And yes, there are some updates in the HRO saga. It was set for yesterday, but we didn't have it. What had happened? Well, what had happened was on July 21st, Ross Montgomery, the attorney that Aaron had hired, filed a notice of withdrawal at counsel. It's not clear why. But anyways, he withdraws his counsel for Aaron Imholte and the above
maybe
referenced matter.
Go into the reasons why someone might withdraw as counsel this close to a hearing.
So is this typical of this guy? Because I watched you guys talk about him last week. Are there other cases he's more well-versed in, or is this a fair representation of how he usually does his show?
The thing is,
I wouldn't know.
I've listened to him about other cases, but the thing is, it's like you don't know. You sort of need to trust him on that sort of stuff because it's a case that I don't know much about, so I don't know when he's right or wrong about stuff. But
like
I know about
read your own Wikipedia page, and you're like, I wonder if they're all this wrong.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so it's the same thing. It's like this takes away from his credibility for me, at least, because I know how wrong he is about this case. So what's it like on the others?
Well, I called this out in the very beginning when Aaron was charged because he was going over the charges. One was a misdemeanor, one was a felony, and he sat there and read it, and then he goes, these are exactly the same. And that's not true at all. We all understood, again, from reading the plain English documents, that the felony carried with it intent, malicious intent. The reasoning behind the sharing of the nudes being to harass with an intention to make the other person uncomfortable. So that's why that one was a felony. But he skipped right over it, and I called him out immediately. I was like, why do we need a lawyer then? Why do we need a lawyer going over this if you can't even read?
When he read Aaron's essay that he wrote against you, he was like, oh, this is all pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what? Is it?
Pretty irrelevant.
When Aaron brought up his daughter being harassed, like as the fourth or fifth thing that was bothering him, yeah, that was great. Good stuff.
How did you deal with, like, as an assistant county prosecutor, and that came across your desk? You're like, this is good. This is good stuff. I'm going to take this to court.
I wonder what the percentage of restraining order petitions they get involve internet feelings. Do you know what I mean? Like, what do you think? I'm sure he's not the first,
it's
but
probably pretty rare.
I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
The notice was done there, and that part happened. You're like, okay, great. He withdrew. So what did Aaron do? Well, Aaron then turned around and did some filing. And then we saw on July 21st via e-filing, Aaron put together a letter to the court, and it says, Dear Court Administrator, my counsel Ross Montgomery had to withdraw from this case for personal reasons. He asked that my request for a brief continuance, this matter be granted while my new counsel and I get up to speed on the cases. I politely and respectfully asked for some extra time to fully prepare for this hearing.
Here's the problem. And, Nick was talking a little bit in one of his streams about this. You filed a restraining order with all these reasons. You checked a lot of boxes.
Yep.
You said a lot of stuff that's not true
There
necessarily.
were links to videos.
What do you need time to prepare?
So he says this person's harassing me, and they go, okay, here's a thing, and then you go, I'm not harassing you, and he goes, whoa, I didn't know that was gonna happen. I need at least a month to figure this out.
Well played, Mr.
Right.
Melton.
You knew this was coming before you dropped the paperwork off. It didn't have a due date. So now this will be the second continuance for both of these hearings.
Yeah, I was listening to Pretty Antisocial. Luigi Greenberg was on there. They released a show a couple days ago. It's very good. But he made reference to your Butch Bradley hearing. The same, you got a HRO, attempted HRO against you from Butch Bradley. And it fell, I think, for very similar reasons to what was happening here, where the judge is asking for specifics. It's like, what messages did he send you? When did he show up? Where did he show up? But instead, Aaron, in this application to prove that you've been harassing him, he's been saying, this guy's been harassing me. It's like going to
like he's going to comedy clubs where I work. He's going to went through photos of my house and zoomed in on stuff. And she's like, where did he get the photos? And he's like, my Facebook. And it's like, well, I mean, that's allowed, sir.
It's like showing up to a murder trial and the prosecution goes, oh, yeah, he murdered that guy. It's like, did he have a knife in his hand? Did someone see him with it? Like, no, he just murdered him. Like, more details, please. He provides zero details.
Which, like, okay, he's got a snazzy signature. And you're like, but this is what Aaron's handwriting looks like. When I got the Stoney's gift certificate chat, this is how it was written on there. And I was
Is
like,
he turning on Aaron?
Seems so.
He got a Stoney's gift certificate?
Yeah,
of
yes,
course.
he
Aaron
advertises.
sends them out like Chad sends out T-shirts.
That's so embarrassing.
Sean advertises for Stoney's sometimes, just as a meme. So, I mean, he's very deeply invested with Aaron. When there's been leaks of Aaron's DMs, if he accidentally goes to Twitter and shows his DM screen on Twitter, Sean's in there. Like they talk.
Okay.
I would argue that Aaron advertises Stoney's as a meme.
But this is notable though. His handwriting is absolutely terrible. I quite think he's got dysgraphia, which is a learning disability, but it's just.
I think of all the things, I think we can let him slide on that.
I was thinking the same thing.
And his handwriting sucks. You believe this
There was a time we were analyzing the whiteboard behind him. We're far past that now.
Okay.
Moody's sticking up for Aaron like Rocco sticks up for Chad now. It's like, guys, let's give him a break. This is a learning disability.
Well,
Right.
yes, you can be stupid and have a learning disability, but he's not stupid because he's got a learning disability. He's stupid because of all these other reasons.
Brown College.
I was like, I wanted to ask, I asked Aaron, I'm like, do your kids help you write that? He's like, no, I wrote that. Aaron's like, no, I wrote that. I'm like, holy shit. You work on the penmanship there, brother. At least it's legible, but okay. It still worked. It's legible.
Wouldn't it be more embarrassing if his kid wrote that? Right? Like he's just like, oh, I would have given him a pass if his kids were the ones writing this up.
This feels like a phony thing to nitpick at Aaron about to get people off his back about not being hard on Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're
It feels
right.
like a fake thing. Like,
See, I play both sides over here. Yeah.
I busted his balls. I was like, Aaron, get it together. I mean, come on, it's legible, but
That's funny.
it's like, okay.
After that, by July 22nd, from the esteemed Francis Whitelaw, says, Dear District Court Judge, this correspondence is submitted in immediate response. They say, we oppose this request. Petitioner has had what appears to be extensive assistance from his now former counsel preparing his case. Yes. The exhibits uploaded to MNDS were extensive and numerous, and while I'm attempting to understand this then potential relevance to this hearing, okay? So it sounds like he did his job. He's prepared.
One of the things that he's done is he's uploaded the same evidence for both cases,
That's not good.
which is weird. It's
Yeah,
like
it's very weird. It's two
Oh,
different
you
people.
don't know what the evidence is. You don't know if it's good or not.
it's
Well,
two
we've
different
seen
people
the
that he wants
list. We've seen the
restraining orders
list on
against.
both.
I've seen the list, but a lot of that was cryptic to keep your eye not on the ball. You have no idea what he's handed over.
All right.
Only I've seen it. You don't see me cracking jokes.
Now, how was Nick's penmanship? Just so I can get a full picture.
I don't think he uses his hands.
I've never.
What were you going to
seen
say?
his
I didn't mean to throw you.
I haven't seen his handwriting. Like, I've never seen Nick's handwriting.
No,
I was kidding. It's all right.
I know. I love that you answered that, Moody.
There's
I'll
added
always-
benefit in continuance for
I'll
either
always
party.
answer.
Well, for Aaron to have counsel, that's a pretty big benefit. I mean, unless you're arguing that you're such a shit lawyer, Nick may as well just do it on his own. By contrast, any continuance further extends the negative impact to my widow counsel Nicholas's occupation. Why? It hasn't stopped. Why? Nick's doing pretty good. All he talks about Kurt all the time. I mean, like, Nick found a new groove talking about Kurt. I mean,
That is
I mean,
so
I-
disingenuous and so dumb. Where he's like, this guy pretends he's being harassed when he's not, and the guy he's accusing of should just talk about something else. Then, what's his problem? Just change your programming.
Yeah.
Worked for me.
That's frustrating to hear. I don't know much about this guy, but the idea that he does a show, it seems like he talks a lot about Rekieta. Is that fair to say?
He
The
was
idea
a
that you're going to
friend
tell
of
someone else, just do something else. What's the big deal?
Right.
From
Yes.
what I understand, they were friends and they used to stream together. And then when this all happened, you know, some people stayed on Rekieta's side, some people didn't.
It would have been tough to stay on Rekieta's side when there's this force of like Kiwi farms there who like are frothing at the mouth, hating Nick, but at the same time give you such positive feedback if you also join in and hating on Nick.
I'm going to call you out a little bit. I feel like you say this stuff like it with like it's common. Like it'd be hard to do that with the force of Kiwi farms. Like I don't go on there and people talk about me all day long. It doesn't affect my life at all. It's not hard.
Also, there's a reason why people went after Nick on Kiwi Farms. Nick started f***ing up. Let's not gloss over the fact that Nick was getting f***ed up on his stream and doing a real shit job. There's a reason why people were making fun of him, and this thread exists.
How lonely is this guy that he starts getting stroked a little bit by a small section of the internet and just immediately starts, you know, growing in their direction? It's like, it's crazy to me. Like, it's like the people who like get mad at me and run over to watch Chad and become a Chad fan. So that
does happen.
When he like loves Aaron.
To Moody's point, it does happen for sure.
And if
but
you
it's
like,
crazy. Like,
No, I know.
I don't get it.
I don't do it.
You new to the net?
but like you can, it's sometimes like, yes, it is just 6 or 7 people who are very vocal, but I think if you're on the receiving end of it, 6 or 7 can seem like a lot. So I think that's,
I'm thinking about going after Blind Mike to get on Dave Portnoy's side. That might be a good strategy.
That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
help him
Pizza
with
with
his-
him next week.
It'll be at Saratoga. Yeah.
you'll help him with his legal case.
I just added a Dave Portnoy voice to Super Tip this morning for
Oh, no.
Sick.
Help
Yes.
me now.
We need it on WATS.
here's what Nick was going to say. Aaron ate my goo. There. Frank, does that help? I gave Nick like clip that out for like 5 hours in a row and loop it. And that's mainly, hold on here. Aaron ate my goo. But yes. Oh my God, Kurt makes food. It's like, all right. You know, I mean,
this guy, no one watches this guy's channel, and now he's going off onto a tangent critiquing YouTubers, like what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Is he not a
tuned
popular
into-
show?
No, I tuned into him the other night. He had 32 people watching. It's like, all right, well, maybe don't start a course yet.
hey.
It's I think one of the lost opportunities here, like this is just getting into the content creation side of things. But like if you're thinking of making content or presenting stuff to people, it can get. I think the way to do it is to think like what makes you better than other people. What's something that if you were put in a room of 100 people, what's one area where you would be in the top 5 in that room?
Autism.
Right,
I was
yes.
speaking for you, Moody. I'm sorry.
For me, absolutely. Like attention to detail, data analysis, and all of that. Yes, totally. Which is
Inability
why
to pick up on social cues. Yeah.
right. Know when people are wanting me to wrap up talking, all of that stuff. Which is why I make that a huge part of what I do on the show. But like, so this guy has like a legal background. Was a assistant county prosecutor. Is now working on the defense side. He'd be able to go into the legal side of things. Like that's where he would be probably at the top
So
of
not
those
impressions.
100.
You don't think he should be doing impressions? Is that what you're saying?
Right. His impressions, like that starts putting him in like the 40 to 50 range. Like it's not like, why are you focusing on that when there's this other thing that makes you so much more captivating and valuable as a content creator that people would want to watch it.
I'm into the impressions, though, I think. How might Johnny Cochran have handled Nick Rekieta's case?
I think it might go a little something like this.